Hi guys, praise Jesus. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Becky. I bring you awesome, fun, and timely content on all my platforms. So make sure you like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe to be a part of the Double B family. Thank you guys so much for clicking on today's video. Please give it a big thumbs up. If you're seeing me for the first time, hey girl, hey boo. I hope you love it here. I hope you enjoy being part of my online space. And yeah, subscribe to become a full-fledged member of the family. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about how to overcome comparison and embrace your uniqueness and the differences that we have, you know. So comparison is just that, it is the urge or the feeling to be something else that you're not, or rather the urge or the feeling of that thing is better than me. Why is their life going like that and my life is going like this? Why are they looking like they're financially stable and I'm struggling? Why do they have a husband and I don't? Why do they have a boyfriend and I don't? Why does she have new shoes and I didn't? Why does she have a job and I don't? You get, that is what comparison is. And as we all know, comparison is the thief of joy. Comparison is the thief of joy. And so today I am going to be sharing how to biblically overcome comparison, all right, and embrace the differences and your uniqueness, because your journey is unique to you. Just because so and so is doing better does not mean that you're not on your journey, all right? And I feel like most of us, we struggle with this, especially in our youth years, because that is when we are still finding footing. You're still finding footing in your career, you're still finding footing in your relationship. That is, if you want one, you're still finding footing on, you know, where you want to live, what you want to become. Do you want to rent? Do you want to build? Do you want to be employed? Do you want to be self-employed? And in that gradient of finding yourself, that is where comparison seeps through. But I believe that by the end of this video, we are going to be a step forward. We are going to be a step, you know, towards the right direction in overcoming the, let me just call it the spirit, in overcoming comparison, because comparison is the thief of all joy. All right. The first way is to understand that comparison is good when we are doing it in the image of Christ to grow. So this is how I think about it. The Bible tells us that the body is made up of different organs. Their hands, their feet, their eyes, nose, mouth, all the body parts. And all these body parts, they come together for the edification of this one body. What does that say? That says a hand does the work of a hand. An eye does the work of an eye. If one day the eye decides to become the hand and the hand decides to become the eye, there is going to be a problem with the whole body. All right? That is where you keep people hearing people say we are being perfected to the image of Christ. In that, when we are looking at the body of Christ, different things come together to make it a body, even your physical body. And so when we are comparing ourselves to the image of Christ to grow, then that is beautiful comparison. So that is one way we can channel it. We can just look at it as, you know what, God created me different from you, and that is just it. Like, it's just my journey. Because when we start wanting to become like someone else, then we are going against God's design for our life. And that is just it, because all of us are created different. We are created unique. We are created for a different purpose. So imagine a whole generation missing their way because you decided, no, I don't want to be Becky, I want to be Joanna. You get, I don't want to be Becky, I want to be another person. And in that, you miss your destiny. You miss what you were meant to be. That is why we are supposed to embrace it. And when we are using comparison to help us grow and become more like Christ, then that is way better than comparing ourselves to people and worldly standards and beating ourselves down and feeling like we are not good enough. And when we appreciate these differences, comparison won't even be a thing. That is it. Once we embrace the fact that I am Becky, I am meant to be on YouTube, I am meant to be on social media, and so is meant to be on TV, that's it. So and so is meant to be in the corporate world, that's it. I won't have a place of comparing. Why do they get to wake up earlier than me? Duh, they are going to the office, I don't go to the office. So like there's no even need, like even comparison will not even be able to grow in that space, because you have already shut that down by understanding and realizing that we are unique and we are different, all for the purpose of Christ. Imagine if all of us were the same. Imagine if there were 7 billion Beckys on earth, how boring would it be? So when we use comparison and understand it in the light of what God created us to be and us being perfected to the image of Christ, then that just becomes beautiful. It becomes a beautiful thing that we do not need to fight. The second way that we can biblically overcome this comparison is by allowing it, just letting it become fuel for our faith and not, something that breaks us. All right. So what do we mean fuel to our faith? For example, I cleared school when I keep 2021. I keep forgetting. I honestly keep forgetting. I feel like it's 2021 definitely. And graduated with my Bachelor of Science in Corporate Communication. Hi there. And moved back home because I had nothing else to do there. I'm done with school, came back home, got a job, life went on. And I remember being in a space where I was feeling like everyone we went to school with is seemingly doing better than me. You get? Like, I was in a space of wondering, what is so different with me? What is wrong with me? Like, they got a job immediately after campus. Why am I still looking for a job? Like, they already moved into their first apartment. Why am I still at home? They have already bought a car. Why I don't have anything? And that can lead you to a point of feeling like your faith is not functional. Because what is faith? Faith is the hope of things not seen. All right? And like, when you have faith, it's like you have faith that God is going to lift you and give you a job. But then when you start comparing yourself to so and so that got a job immediately after school, you start feeling like, oh yeah, maybe even my faith does not matter. Maybe God does not listen to my prayer. Maybe God is not attentive to my need. Maybe God. And all that leads to the breaking of your faith instead of it being built up. And I had to your English is escaping me. I had to come to a point where I understood that my journey is not anyone's journey. I had to come here. English is refusing. I had to come to a place where I understood that you prospering in your space does not discredit my faith, and it is not a discredit to my journey. I had to come to a place where I understood that so and so having a job immediately after Form 4 does not discredit my degree. Like, it is still valid, and it does not discredit the fact that God still has a plan for me. And it takes a lot of introspection. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of just sitting with yourself and allowing yourself to feel those feelings that you would rather avoid, and facing the truth and be like, you know what, girl, you are just obsessing. Like, it's not what you think. Get out of your head. God loves you. God has an amazing plan for you. And when we get to that space, we get to understand that, wow, comparison can actually be beautiful, because I look at you and I'm like, oh, God did it for you. Wow, he's in the neighborhood. Then I'm next. And this can even get down to the most important areas of our lives where comparison should not be even a factor. For example, you feel like you're too old. Why are people I went to school with in relationships? Why are people I went to school with married, with kids? What is wrong with me? That is not something you want to run to. That is not something you want to fuel with comparison of looking at someone else and being like, sorry guys, I keep fidgeting. This seat I'm seated on is not very comfy. So that is not something you want to fuel. You don't want to choose a life partner fueled by comparison. You do not want to go back to school and want to do a master's because everyone you went to school with is doing a master's. Fueled by comparison, my friend, you will get supplementaries. You don't want to fuel your dream, your career choice on comparison. You want to use it to fuel your faith in the Lord. I was in school with this person, and I am grateful for what you're doing in their lives. And what a beautiful thing to witness, because I know that you're going to get to me. You're faithful, and you're going to get to me one way or the other. You are going to get to me. And that just brings out such a beautiful aspect. And also, it also gives us the ability to celebrate. When comparison is fueling your faith, you are able to celebrate people. Do you have friends that you accomplish something and you don't know how you're going to tell them? You ever found yourself in that situation? You don't know how am I going to call Becky and just tell her I got my 7th job in a row? How do I say that? Because they are not a safe space. They are not a celebration kind of vibe. They are more of anajirenga. You get like, why you and not me? Like, there's no day they will ever genuinely celebrate you. And so for you to be able to celebrate people who are doing things that you wish and hope to do one day, you need to use comparison to fuel your faith. You need to look at Becky and be like, wow, she's growing on YouTube. That is so beautiful. One day I'll be there. You need to look at Joyce and be like, wow, she bought her first car. Wow, I can't wait. Congratulations, Joyce. Can I take you out for lunch, like to celebrate? You get? And the moment you shift your mind, the moment you shift your perception and you see it as something beautiful, it will help you grow if you embrace it and just feel it. Because I feel like at times we just want to run. Like, we want to run away from our feelings. We want to hide them. We don't want to admit them. We don't want to talk about them. We just want to act like we are not going through anything, which is never the case, because all of us are human and we go through stuff. So the moment you embrace it and be like, you know what, it's fine. I wish it was me, but because it's not me today, I will celebrate whoever's turn it is, in the hope that, you know what, God that did it for them, he will do it for me, and soon it is going to be my turn. So allow it to fuel your faith. Allow it to make you even work harder. Allow it to make you desire to learn from them and see what did they do to get here, instead of just sitting there and being downcast and being heartbroken. Yet it is not your time. Like, every time we read in the Bible that the Bible says that when the time is right, I, the Lord, will do it. When the time is right, if it's not your time, it's not your time. You cannot do anything to make it come faster. You cannot do anything to postpone it. It will come when it's supposed to come. So allow it to fuel your faith. Allow it to fuel your urge to do better and be more and work harder, because that is what makes life beautiful. All right, amazing. If you've gotten to this point and you're getting something and you're enjoying this video, please give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate. The third way that we can biblically overcome comparison and embrace it, and embrace that we are different and we are on different journeys, is to live the life that God has given us, to be content in what we have. I know, guys, I know this is easier said than done. I can give you an example of a time in my life where I honestly felt like I do not want this life. Like, God should have given this heavy burden to someone else and probably given me a lighter one that I would enjoy carrying. Yeah, how we think at times, how we are so mistaken. So I remember being in Form 2 and getting the news that my mom had passed on. And I can't even explain that feeling. Honestly, there are no words to explain what you feel when you lose a loved one. And especially my only surviving parent at that point, because my dad had passed on like 10 years before. And I remember just having this feeling of, God, why does it have to be me? Like, why is it my life? Why does it have to be my life? Why does it have to be me that has to live without my parents? Why does it have to be me that has to be, the one who doesn't have a mom to call and be like, yo, mom, I want these shoes, please buy me? Why does it have to be me who will not All right. Why does it have to be me who will not get to be walked down the aisle by my mom? Like, why does it have to be me? You get, like, why? Like, people have parents and they don't even value them as much. Why did you have to take mine? And I was in that funk for like 3-4 years where every time anything small would happen, I would just go back and be like, I wish my mom was here. There are days, even today, I feel like that, but it's not in that negative light. It is in a more beautiful sense. But when I was in that headspace, all I wanted was to exchange my life for someone else's. When I got sick for like a year, back to back, I was in hospital taking medicine. I never said it here. I never wanted to bring all that whole journey here because it was heavy for me already. And all I wanted was to just have someone else's life. You get, I would look around and be like, guy, you are so healthy and you don't even value it. Lord, give me that life. I will do better. You get? And that is what we think when we see other people's blessings. And in our heads, we are like, they are not valuing it. I could do better with it. Believe me, even if you were given it, you wouldn't do better with it. Do you know why? Because God did not give it to you for a reason. There is a reason why that is not your life. There is a reason why it is not you that owns that car right now. There is a reason why it is not you that is running a successful business as of today. There is a reason. And once we live the life that God has given us, and we live it loud, and we live it with joy, and we live it with so much enthusiasm, God is just going to show up and we are going to be surprised. All right, there's a verse that was coming to mind, but it has escaped me. So, it says, consider it joy when you face tribulation, for the trying of your faith produces, I'll put it here, something produces hope, produces character, and then produces faith. I don't know how they follow each other, but consider it joy because the trying of your faith produces this, and this. They are in, it is stage wise. The first stage is this, the second one, the verse is on your screen right now. Consider it joy when you go through tribulation because the trying of your faith produces character. Okay, so when you're in a space where you feel like, why is it not me? Why really, God, why does she have a 10th boyfriend and I've not had one in 5 years? Why? When you're in that mental space, when you're like, we went to school with her, she has 5 kids, I don't even have one. Me and my man, we are trying. Me and my husband are trying to, we don't know what to do. When you get to that point, when the rubber meets the road, remember to graciously live the life God has given you, because that is the beauty of life, that all of us are on unique journeys and our destination is that crown of life, that at the end of the day you don't get to heaven and Christ is like, sis, imagine me, I wanted to take you like this, I thought we were together, then all of a sudden you saw Njoki with this and now you went like this and you missed destiny, and all these people are going to burn in hell because me, I had called you to ministry. You wanted to go and become a model because everyone is a model. Hey! Minus me. Let it never be said. Let it never be said that you missed your destiny because you compared yourself with people so much that you left your journey and started following their own. And I see that a lot. Like, that happens a lot in our world right now, where none of us is content. Like, we really struggle with contentment. We just be like, you know what? This is what I have now and it's enough and it's okay. We just want more money, more fame, more friends, more. Like, the pursuit of more just leaves us in a space where we feel like we are not enough, where we feel like God does not love me enough, where you feel like God is not listening to my prayers, which has never been the case. So when we graciously walk the walk that God has kept us on, when we graciously live the life that has given us, being ourselves and appreciating where we are as of now, appreciating the journey you are on now, like, oh my goodness, life is going to be so beautiful. Life is going to be so beautiful. I look at Bible characters and I imagine if Deborah decided, I don't want to be Deborah no more. Why am I not Queen Vashti? As in, why am I Deborah? I want to be Queen Vashti. And then she changes and starts acting like Queen Vashti. Would we ever hear about Deborah in the Bible? would we ever be sitting and saying that I'm a Deborah in my generation, following Deborah's example in the Bible? It would never have happened. Like, we would have missed a whole generation of Deborahs. Because why? One person decided, you know what? Me, I'm done. Me, I don't like my journey. Me, I don't like where I'm at in life. I want to be there, and I'm going there. The end. I don't care what people think. I don't care what God is saying about my season right now. And that is a dangerous way to live. So living your life the way God has made it to be, embracing your journey, and it just makes everything beautiful. And when you get to that point of realizing, whatever my lot, I have learned to say that it is well with my soul. Whatever your lot, whatever journey you're in, whatever you face today, whatever you face tomorrow, know this and know peace, that is the journey God has placed you on, and it is for a reason, and it is for a purpose. Don't trade it for anything. Don't trade it for anything. Walk in it, and at the end, you are going to see why you had to walk that journey. And yeah, wow, that was so enthusiastic. Do you people think I was too enthusiastic? I love it. I love it for myself. And the last and final way is to allow comparison to fuel our joy and not to steal it and leave us sad. So we have already determined that when you're comparing yourself in a negative way, when you're using comparison in the negative, you look at people's lives and you wonder, why not me? What do they have that I don't have? Why do they have to be there and I don't, and I'm not getting where I want to be? But when we are using it in a positive light, we use it to fuel our joy. You see your friends winning and you're just happy. You hear your friend has gone to Australia to study and you're even struggling with paying school fees, and it just gives you joy. Like, just allowing it to bring you joy and so much satisfaction in knowing that, that's God that is doing it for you, baby girl. He's gonna get here. There's this analogy I had Joshua Selman use a while back, and I want to share it with you guys in case you guys have not encountered it. He was saying that when we talk about the alphabet, when we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, imagine if 1 decided, no, I do not want to be 1. From today henceforth, I am going to be 9. You get? Like, if 1 decided, you know what? I feel like I am getting the short hand of the stick. I will shift my position and go to 9 and hopefully delay what is going to come to me. Or 9 decided, I am too far. I want to be 1. What would happen? Like, there would be so much confusion. We would not even have the alphabet today. And so at times, comparison disrupts order. Comparison disrupts the order in which our lives should go as according to God. Because in this season, I am supposed to be here creating content on YouTube. I compare myself with my friend who has 3 jobs and a 4th one online, and I want to do that. I stop filming for YouTube. I don't have time anymore because I want to live her life, and that is it. This season that I was supposed to be here, I'm not here. I have disrupted the order. I am somewhere else that I was not supposed to be. So when we allow comparison to get us to that point, we miss out on the bigger picture. So when 8 experiences a blessing, when you say 8, I can imagine if 9 was a person, they would be somewhere jogging and excited and saying, hey, I'm next. I can't wait for it to be my turn. Enjoy. Saying, she has gotten to number 8. I am number 9. I am next. And that is the viewpoint I want us to have life. That is the viewpoint I want us to have as we walk out of this video this today. That we are using that person's joy. We are using that person's going forward. We're using that person's achievement to fuel our joy, and not to make us feel less than, and not to make us feel like, you know what, God is not hearing me. Not to make us feel like, you know what, I want to give up. Not to make us feel like, maybe I should just give up on life because it's not working out. Be encouraged. Be encouraged. Sooner than later, it is going to be your turn. I know it is hard to hear that when you're in a trying time. It is hard to hear that when you don't understand what is happening. But believe me, he that began the good work in you, he's faithful to bring it to completion. He's faithful to bring it to completion. And I pray that the Lord is going to give us this understanding, that the Lord is going to give us the grace to so graciously walk our path until we get to that day, until we get before that throne of grace, that day when we meet Christ on the clouds. And we are going to be told, good and faithful servant, you did amazing with everything I gave you. Here is your crown. Go to, come and reign with me in eternity. And that is just my parting shot tonight. That do not let comparison take away your joy. Do not let comparison kill your dream. Do not let comparison make you angry, an angry person. Do not let comparison make you a bitter human being. Do not allow it. You are made for more. So tonight, put your trust in God. Pray, ask the Holy Spirit, help me in this area. I am struggling, and God is so faithful. When we call unto him, he says that he will hear us, and he will answer us, and he will heal our land. So tonight, make that personal, that he will hear you, that he will answer you, and he will heal your heart, that he will rid you of that negative spirit and ideology of comparison, that he will free you, that you can freely live the life he has given unto you, to the glory and to the honor of his name. Thank you so much, guys, for indulging me in today's video. Please leave me a comment below of what you think. Do you agree with my sentiments? Do you have anything more to add here? These H's today, they are showing up everywhere they're not supposed to be. Do you have anything to add to this conversation? Have you been in a situation like this? What did you do? How did you get out of it? Let's share in the comments below. Let us grow together. And yeah, let us make this a beautiful world to experience. So thank you so much, guys, for watching. In case you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up and leave a comment below. I would really appreciate. I'll see you guys on my next video. From me to you, lots of love and light. Until next time, bye.